Good afternoon and welcome to the Senate Committee on Labor and Technology. It is Wednesday, March 22nd at 3:02 p.m. We are in conference room 224. I'm Sharon Moriwaki, chair of the committee. With me is Vice Chair Senator Chris Lee. Before proceeding with the hearing, I'd like to make a few housekeeping announcements. This hearing is being streamed live on YouTube. You can find links to viewing options for all Senate meetings on the live and on-demand video page of the legislature's website. In the unlikely event that we encounter major technical difficulties during the hearing and must end it abruptly, we will reconvene on Friday, March 24th. March 24th? Friday?
Yes.
Okay, at 3 p.m. in this conference room 224 and via video conference. There are technical glitches during the Zoom testimony. We will move on to the next person, but we do have written testimony available on the legislature's website. The time slot for the hearing is 90 minutes, and to accommodate everyone, we will limit testimony to 2 minutes each. So moving to the first resolution is SCR 117 and SR 129. Requesting the Department of Labor and Industrial Relations to conduct a study of the exemptions to Hawaii's minimum wage law. First up is the Department of Labor, Mr. Butai.
Good afternoon and aloha, Chair Moriwaki, Vice Chair Lee, Jade Butai for DLIR. We stand on our testimony in strong support of this measure that requested the LIR to conduct a study of the exemptions to wage and hour law and submit a report to the 2024 legislature. Thank you.
Thank you. We now have, do we have anyone else either here or on Zoom to testify in this measure? Okay, we do have written testimony in support from the Democratic Party of Hawaii Education Caucus, the Imua Alliance, the Democratic Party of Hawaii Labor Caucus, and the State AFL-CIO, Tuiana Scanlon for IATSE 665, and 3 individuals, Christy McPherson, June Shin, and Josh Frost. Anyone else here? Okay, any questions? Okay, moving on to SCR 122, urging the Department of Human Resources Development to re-examine the qualifications for vacant state positions and to replace the requirement of a bachelor's degree with an associate degree or a certificate where applicable. Jade Butai, Department of Labor and Industrial Relations, in support.
Aloha, Chair. Stand on our testimony in support of this measure, and we're willing to collaborate with DHERD to fulfill our responsibilities and defers to DHERD on the provisions applicable to DHERD. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Rena Hashimoto, DHERD. Comments?
Good afternoon, Chair and Vice Chair. Thank you for the opportunity to provide comments on this measure. DHERD, typically as part of our normal practice, is to review minimum qualification requirements for all classes of work. And we also rely on the individuals in the departments to alert us when they feel like the MQs or minimum qualification requirements are either no longer applicable or are unnecessarily restrictive. And so we have a process in place, a policy which provides for that periodic review. We are aware that there are certain occupations where degrees are no longer necessary. And when that's the case, we also provide alternate avenues to qualify, including substitutions of experience, relevant professional work experience, and other types of degrees as well. However, we are concerned about the number of vacancies overall within the state and all types of measures that may be appropriate to fill those vacancies, including not just a review of the minimum qualification requirements, but also of our various recruitment strategies, compensation, and perhaps retention tools and training. A whole host of things need to really be considered to be part of this overall study. So we would ask that the committee consider allowing us some time to revise the resolution to encompass all of those various tactics. And we, of course, are also interested in partnering with the Department of Labor to get their perspective on how we might improve our processes as well.
Great. Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else here to testify in person or on Zoom? Okay, we do have one written testimony with comments, Ted Kefalas from the Grassroots Institute. Any questions? Okay, I do for Ms. Hashimoto. So you're saying that this reso is a little too restrictive in terms of the title and the content, so that just replacing the minimum qualifications is insufficient for us to address the vacancies in the state.
Yes, we know that many of our vacancies, where they're the highest numbers of vacancies, don't actually require degrees at this point. So there's a whole host of reasons why positions may be vacant. And so we would respectfully ask that the committee allow us the opportunity to consider broader considerations rather than just bachelor's degree, but MQs and compensation and retention and other factors that may be contributing to the high number of vacancies.
So you're willing to work on something for us to revise this so that we actually explore all the options for us to reduce the vacancies?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Question? Okay. All right, for next up is SCR 123. Once again, urging the Department of Human Resources Development to examine feasibility of implementing a pilot fellowship program to train prospective employees for government jobs. Director Hashimoto again. With comments?
Yes, Brenda Hashimoto again. Thank you for the opportunity to give us the opportunity to consider a fellowship program. Our comment is that there's currently a program very similar in place with the Department of Labor. It's the Helemua program, and we believe that we could partner with the Department of Labor to expand the participants. Right now, they're focusing primarily on college seniors and recent college graduates, and we feel like in order to meet the needs of the state, we really should be considering high school graduates as well. And so DHERD is willing to partner with the Department of Labor to tackle that population, and we'd really like to move them into our office assistant jobs, as well as janitors and groundskeepers. And so we would ask again that the committee consider giving us some time to make amendments to this resolution to address those concerns and our where we feel like we can contribute.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to testify, either in person or on Zoom? Sorry, come back up. So you're saying that the Department of Labor has a program that you can work with them and partner with them. Is that a fellowship program, or that, I know they have an internship?
It's called an internship program, but I think it's essentially the same thing. We're trying to train individuals to enter the workforce and to remove any barriers to bringing them into the state employment. And it's titled an internship, but I think it's essentially the same thing.
And you are looking at doing the same thing they're doing?
No, we would partner with them, but it's very labor intensive to match up suitable jobs with applicants. And so I think, you know, there's strength in numbers. They can focus on a certain population where we focus on a different population to try to maximize.
What would you see as the distinction between what they do and you do?
Much of it is going to be the same, and all of the positions that were appropriated and authorized last year, as well as the funding, all went to the Department of Labor. So we would be they would loan us positions so that we could help with this endeavor. The nice thing about DHERD is we know where all the vacancies are, so we can reach out to those departments where we think they have vacancies that are appropriate and partner with those departments to make adjustments and try to fill their jobs that way.
And you'll be able to help us amend this and to do what you are talking about, doing
Yes.
separating out the Department of Labor and the DHRD
Yes.
populations.
Right.
Okay, so could I have the Department of Labor? So you heard Ms. Hashimoto, so you're willing to partner with HRD, and what is your population and how would you separate out what they do so that we don't have duplication and we can?
We have, it's called the Hele Imoa Apprenticeship Program. And that's the.
Is it an apprenticeship or internship?
Or internship. I stand corrected, internship program. And that was the, you guys gave us 330 positions, 330 internship positions, and 30 went to DOE. And as of today, we have placed 83 interns at the various departments.
So when did you start the program?
It was just the beginning of July 1st.
Of last year, 2022.
Yeah, when the appropriation, yes.
And you've served 30?
83
total so far.
internship, yeah.
And you have
there's
300.
about 21 waiting to be placed.
So about 100 you've served already.
Yes.
So you're willing to share.
Yeah,
HRD.
we've been working with DHERD because the population that we've been concentrating is college students. We're trying to expand it to high school graduates.
So you would work with the college students, they would work with the high school students.
Yes.
And you're willing to give them how much of your 230 now left?
Well, as much as they can fill, because, we hopefully, we're trying to fill them as fast, but the limiting factor is the agencies that are willing to host these interns.
So
But
they're willing
DHERD
to.
they would know where most of
So
these.
you don't
people-
have like a set number you want to have in college and a set number you want in high school. It's like free for all as far as you can go to the 330.
75, I think, is the numbers that we're contemplating for the DHERD portion.
And the funding is how long?
If you don't mind,
Is in your base? Oh, so it's like an ongoing. Oh, wow. Yeah, so you really
It's a
should
good,
be
it's a good
sharing.
program.
So you have 330, what is the total budget?
It's 5 million. 5 million.
5 million
Yes.
in the budget forever? Is line item? Whoa. Wow, we've got use for that, right? So that's high school and college and getting them into the pipeline to address our 3,000 vacancies.
Yes.
Okay.
We've
Questions?
gotten good feedback.
What is
We've
that?
gotten good feedback from the departments.
Questions? Okay, thank you. Okay, I think, okay, so next is SCR 155, requesting the Department of Labor to conduct a study on the state program requiring employers to provide a minimum amount of paid sick leave and supplemental paid sick leave with a focus on the effects of mandatory paid sick leave on small businesses and low-income employees. So Mr. Bataille, in support.
Thank you, Chair Moriwaki. We stand on our testimony in support of the intent of this measure, and after conferring with you, Chair, using a study as a vehicle to bring the stakeholders together to work on this issue. We will reach out to business organizations and organize labor groups to bring broader perspective to the table for this important discussion, and seeking input and guidance as this, we need to be thoughtful. This discussion will facilitate the understanding of the complexities involved in the interplay of various labor laws and how mandatory paid sick leave and supplemental paid sick leave would interact with those laws. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else willing to testify either in person or Zoom? We do have, let's see, we've got written testimony from Chris Caulfield with the Democratic Party of Hawaii Education Caucus and also with Imua Alliance, Democratic Party Labor Caucus. All of these are in support. Hawaii Public Health Institute, Hawaii State AFL-CIO, IATSE 665, Hawaii Workers Center, and 4 individuals, Christy McPherson, Mary Oakes, Jun Shin, and Patricia Bilk. So, Mr. Batai, could you come back up, please? So this study that you're talking about, you're able to do it with your current funding, and you're able to look at sick leave and look at bringing together a number of different organizations to address sick leave. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
So you are going to give us a report at the end.
2024.
Okay. So the resolution as written is fine with your.
We're okay with it.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, members, any questions of Mr. Batai? Okay. You ready to go into decision making? Okay, we're going to go right into decision making. SCR 117, SR 129, requesting the Department of Labor to study the exemptions to Hawaii's minimum wage law. The chair's recommendation is to pass both SCR 117 and SR 129 as is. Members, discussion, questions? Okay, chair votes aye. Vice Chair Lee.
Voting on SCR 117 and SR 129, recommendation to pass as is. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Senator Ihara.
Aye.
Senator Keith Agarand. Aye. And Senator Favela excused. Chair, recommendations are adopted.
Thank you. SCR 122, urging the Department of Human Resources Development to re-examine the qualifications for their vacant positions and looking at options. The chair's recommendation is to defer this to Wednesday, March 29th at 3 p.m. in this room, 224, to see how we can amend this resolution so it can look at all the various options for increasing our filler until Wednesday, March 29th at 3 p.m. in this room, 224, to enable the amendment of this resolution so it more reflects the training of interns, for high school interns for our state jobs. And SCR 155, requesting the Department of Labor and Industrial Relations to conduct a study on the implementation of a state program requiring employers to provide a minimum amount of paid sick leave and supplemental paid sick leave to employees with a focus on the effects on mandatory paid sick leave on small businesses and low-income employees. The chair's recommendation is to pass as is. Yeah, okay.
Voting on SCR
Vice-
155, recommendation to pass as is, noting an excused absence of Senator Favela. Are there any reservations or no's? If not, recommendation adopted.
Thank you. This hearing is now concluded.